Hello everyone, welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we'll be celebrating with a special jersey giveaway. 2 lucky subscribers will have the chance to win a jersey of their choosing. Whether you're a diehard fan or you're just joining the fun, this giveaway is our way of saying thank you for your support. So spread the word, hit that subscribe button, and let's reach our goal by the end of July. Now, back to the video. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it! We did it. Gregg Berhalter is fired. See you later, Baldy. Don't you just feel like optimism is in the air, like anything is possible again, that we are free? I mean, I'm sure many of you are celebrating, having a nice drink, possibly smoking a cigar, taking your family members out to eat tonight, because this is a day to celebrate. I want to thank all of you Patriots who fought every day, not just the last 8 days, but for months before Copa America started, and also the people who pushed every single day since we got grouped, tweeting at the Federation, tweeting at the leaders of the Federation, and telling them every single day that we were not content with what we saw in Copa America and that we wanted change. We demanded change. We weren't going to accept anything but change. I can't believe we are finally here. It honestly feels like a dream. It honestly feels like a dream because they were kind of slow walking it for several days. It felt like they were waiting for us to just kind of give up and that they were just going to wait us out, hope we just conform and just say, it is what it is. I guess we lost. We're just going to fall in line and support the national team. But every one of you pushed back and said, no, we are not going to accept that. And Gregg Berhalter, the worst coach in U.S. men's national team history, is officially gone. Doug McIntyre reported this earlier today, and it is just a great, great feeling. Honestly, guys, getting grouped was the best thing to ever happen to this national team. Was the best thing to ever happen to this national team because it got rid of Gregg Berhalter, and now we have an opportunity to hire a manager to lead us into 2026 who's competent, who can get the most out of their players, gives us the best chance to win a World Cup, even if we don't, which I'm not saying we're going to, okay? I'm not saying the U.S. is going to win a World Cup, but I know for a fact we never even had a chance with Gregg Berhalter. Hell, we might have gotten grouped in the World Cup again, like we did in Copa America. But now there's endless possibilities. Endless possibilities. It's going to be fun to see what this coaching search translates into and what happens. But getting grouped was the best thing to ever happen to this national team because it got rid of Gregg Berhalter, who should have never been hired in the first place in 2018, who should have definitely never been rehired in 2022 or after 2022, after all the incidences he had off the field, the scandals, and he was out of the job for 6 months. They should have never rehired him. But 1 year later, he's gone. He ain't ever coming back. And I don't want to see him in MLS either. I don't want to see him. Honestly, I wouldn't let him coach my ultimate team on FIFA. I wouldn't let him coach my kids' AYSO team. I wouldn't let him coach anything. I don't ever want to see him coach again. He's that bad. But that there'll probably be some loser MLS club that's going to hire him, give him a chance, even though it's not worthy. But this is a day to celebrate. It's so surreal. What do you guys think? I mean, are you surprised? Honestly, did you have doubts when it took so long that they were actually going to pull the plug on Berhalter? Did you think that was kind of like the days going on that was going to potentially less likely they were going to fire him as days went on? I had faith because every one of us kept pushing them every single day. And we all know that there's talent on this team. Okay. And like I said, I've tweeted this. They are no longer called the golden generation. They are the complacent generation or entitled generation. But hopefully, we have a manager who comes in here and is able to push these guys and get the most out of them. Then, when they win something of significance, not just beating up on Mexico, which we've seen 100 times and no one gives a damn anymore about that, then we can have a conversation about what this generation is. The generation has talent, but let's save the titles until they actually do something of relevance. Okay. Let's save that for then. So now let's talk about what's next. What do we do now? This is the exciting part, right? Who are we going to hire? Now, we need to keep pressure on them to tell them, the Federation, we expect a good manager. We don't want Steve Cherundolo because he's another Gregg Berhalter. We don't want any MLS coach except for Wilfried Nancy. We don't. That's the only one we want. It's the only one we want. That's the only one we'll accept. We don't want any other MLS manager. None of them are qualified. None of them are good enough to coach this team in 2026, in the most important year in this nation's soccer history. None of them are good enough, except for Wilfried Nancy. He's the only one that's acceptable from MLS. Okay. We could hire him. We could hire an international coach. It could be at a club level. It could be someone who's coached the international level for national teams that's had success. There's plenty of those guys out there that I think we could get. But what they cannot afford to do is what they have done 2 times. Okay. The first time when Bruce Arena resigned, who is a Patriot, Gregg Berhalter would have never resigned after a failure. Bruce Arena said in an interview after they failed to make the World Cup in 2018, they were like, "Hey, Bruce, yeah, so what's the plans going into the spring? What do we?" He's like, "No. It's over. It's done. I didn't get us to the World Cup. I'm done. I'm resigning. It's over." That's what a real Patriot would do. Gregg Berhalter is not a real Patriot. But so we took around, 18 months in between Bruce Arena and hiring Gregg Berhalter. We took 18 months. Way too long. No soccer federation that's serious would do that. None. Zero. But to be fair, there are a lot of things this federation has done that we would not take seriously. Okay? 18 months. So they hire Gregg Berhalter. He's the manager until the 2022 World Cup. And then after the 2022 World Cup, his contract runs out. They had Anthony Hudson and BJ Callaghan is the interim managers until Gregg was hired almost 7 months later, rehired. 7 months. Cannot be a process of 6 to 7 months. It has got to be something that's somewhat speedy, efficient. They have to get the right hire. This is someone who needs to come in here as soon as possible, put their imprint on this team. And there's plenty of guys. Like I said, there are plenty of guys they could hire who can come in immediately or, somewhat in a somewhat timely fashion. Okay. So they have to be somewhat cautious, but they have to be somewhat urgent also about who they hire. Get this person in, let them build their system. And they have 2 years to really build this thing before the most important year in our soccer history. 2 years. I'm over the moon because I just cannot believe we actually fired Gregg Berhalter. This is the greatest. This is the most fun I've had making a video because of what it means. I have not been this happy in a while when it came to a team I supported. I mean, 5 years of hell. 5 years of hell with Gregg Berhalter, and we are finally free. His reign's over. We moved on. Brighter days are ahead, and anybody would be a better manager than what Gregg Berhalter has been for the U.S. men's national team. Anybody. Me, you, anybody. So I just can't wait. I mean, just imagine if we hire someone that is somewhat competent to really push this team. And the next guy, he has got to push our stars, our big players. He's got to push them. They cannot feel safe. They cannot feel complacent. They cannot feel like, hey, who gives a damn? My starting spot's safe. I don't really care. We need somebody who's going to push these guys to the next level, get the most out of them. And most importantly, how about play these players in their best positions, not out of position? How about actually playing Gio Reyna as a number 10 instead of a winger or an 8? Wonder what that could do. So I just can't believe it finally happened. I cannot believe this is a day to celebrate. This is a day they'll go down in history. Timothy Weah deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He deserves it. President Biden needs to give it to him as soon as possible. Call him to the White House. Rename July 10th to Timothy Weah Day. I'd celebrate that. I would celebrate that. That red card saved this nation in soccer. I really think it did. So I couldn't be more happy. I can't wait to make more videos about speculating who the next manager is going to be. What is your guys' feeling? What was the first thing you guys felt when you heard that Berhalter was fired? Were you relieved? Did you scream? Did you get on your knees and weep like me? What was the feeling? And also tell me who do you want? Who do you want to hire as a manager? Tell me who you want. Give me realistic candidates. Tell me who you don't want. I also want to know that. Who would you guys not accept? Because that's something else we're going to have to do. We're going to have to make sure that we don't allow them to make a bad hire like Steve Cherundolo, like any other MLS manager besides Wilfred Nancy. They cannot afford to make a bad hire. They have to upgrade at the managerial position. They cannot make a lateral move and hire someone who is equal or worse than Gregg Berhalter, which being worse than Gregg Berhalter is pretty damn hard to do. Let's be completely honest. That's pretty hard. But who do you guys want? Who do you guys not want to be the next U.S. men's national team manager? Let me know down below. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell notification so you guys never miss any of my videos. And until next time, hey, celebrate. This is a win for America. And until next time, I will see you all soon.